Hey, welcome back. I'm Nyx, your intuitive coach and energy alignment mentor, and this is your weekly energy update where we track what's moving through the collective field so you can move with it instead of against it. Now, we have another week of cosmic importance, as always, but I'm going to start with August 12th, the total solar eclipse that arrives in Leo. Now, this is not just the most significant astronomical event of 2026. It's the first total solar eclipse visible from mainland Europe since 1999. The path of totality sweeps from the Arctic through Iceland and into northern Spain. So millions of people are going to be looking up at the sky on August 12th and witness something extraordinary. And whether you're in the path of totality or not, the energy is definitely going to be felt everywhere. Now, here's what makes this eclipse unlike any other in recent memory anyway. It's not arriving into an empty sky, okay? Jupiter is already in Leo. Mercury enters Leo on the 9th, the day that this week opens up for me, my readings. Both sitting right alongside the eclipse point, we've got the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter will all be in Leo simultaneously. So that is a Leo stellium, an extraordinary, powerful one. The sign of the heart, visibility, creative self-expression, authentic leadership, and the courage to be seen, all stacked in that sign. And because this eclipse is near the south node in Leo, it's not asking you to perform more boldly. It's actually asking you to release the need to perform at all, to let go of this ego-driven self-expression and step into the authentic version of your creative self. Not the version that plays the room, the version that is actually genuinely fully you. Now, this week leading into the eclipse is also cosmically packed. We've got Venus in Libra that trines Pluto and opposes Neptune on August 10th. So that's deep relational transformation, meeting the dissolving of illusions. What you've been seeing through rose-colored glasses begins to come into honest focus. Then Mars enters Cancer on August 11th, fiercely protective, emotionally driven, putting ego aside to fight for what's genuinely important and what generally matters to you type energy. And then Mars simultaneously trines the North Node in Aquarius. So that's action and soul evolution moving into the same direction. Effortless flow between your personal will and your collective purpose. Now, the cards got something to say about all of that. So let's dive on in. First up on the docket, though, we move through 4 cards. I almost pulled that. First card speaks to the energy of the week. The second card speaks to what's being asked of us. The third will talk to the energy center or talk from the energy center, calling for our attention. And the last one will speak to how we integrate and hold all this together. First up now, we've got the Labyrinth. This is about journey, and this is card number 15. So the energy of the week is Labyrinth. Now, what's coming through here doesn't feel like a single message. It feels like there's multiple timelines landing simultaneously. And I feel like this reading is going to be holding space for people at different stages of their life this week, okay? Now, the first thing I'm getting is it's been a long road. That's being said with a sigh. Not a sad one exactly, but a somber one. And almost immediately after, this specific road, you can't travel any further. It's done. For some of you, the chapter is genuinely concluding this week. Something that has been a long time coming is finally closing. And if that's you, honor the length of the journey. It was exactly as long as it needed to be. Take a breath. Now, for others, the feeling is the opposite. It feels like it's never going to end. Like there's no turning point, no way out, no different direction. So if you're standing in that place right now, if the journey feels perpetual and the road feels like it just keeps going with no destination in sight, what I'm feeling is that a part of that is rooted in your belief about what the destination is supposed to look like. You've decided it has to conclude a certain way, feel a certain way, and look a certain way. And because it doesn't yet look like that, you don't entirely trust that you're coming to the end or that you've already been at the end of this specific road, okay? The destination may not look exactly as you've envisioned. That doesn't mean it's not yours. Your faith needs to align with possibility, because if you can't really hold on to doubt and belief simultaneously, but expect movement, they essentially cancel each other out, right? Now, there's also a third energy coming through. So for those of you who've just arrived at the end of one road and are beginning another one, you're kind of standing at a new one. A new journey is about to begin. It may be the next level of the same lesson. It may be something else entirely different, but either way, something new is beginning. And the total solar eclipse on August 12th is literally the cosmic starting gun for you, okay? Now, what's being asked of us this week? Fire, passion. So we've got fire in the heart of Leo season. Now, with Mercury and Jupiter both roaring in Leo and the solar eclipse amplifying everything in its path, I am not entirely surprised that this card came through. Now, I feel like what's being asked this week is a reconnection to your passion, to your essence, to what makes you tick, what wakes you up when you feel dull or muted, what grounds you and brings life back into your body when everything has felt heavy or exhausted. And for some of you, somewhere along the road, you lost the thread to your passion. You forgot what it feels like to be genuinely connected to it. And this week, the fire is asking you to find it again. Not for performance sake, not to announce it, just to feel it again, even if it's just a flicker. Like, start there. Now, when I'm looking at this flame here on this card, I'm hearing a roaring, like a lion or a lioness, not roaring in a commanding or demanding way, but more of a statement, a presence, like I'm here, not I've arrived. I'm here. And there's a difference. Some of you have been in your moment for a little while now. You've arrived somewhere, maybe quietly, maybe without much fanfare, but you've gotten there and you've been humble about it, maybe a little too humble. So referring to what I said last week, if things are going well for you right now, celebrate that loudly, unapologetically. Don't dim your light because others are still finding theirs. The people who genuinely love you can look at your light and feel hope, your abundance, your joy, your celebration. It gives someone a glimpse of what's possible for them. So shine, respectfully take up space, because we only get these pockets of positive, feel-good energy for so long before life pulls us back into its demands, right? So be proud of your accomplishments, not arrogantly, but genuinely, warmly, fully proud. You earned the celebration, okay? So let it land. Let it land, beloved. Let it land. Now, the energy center calling for our attention is the root chakra, and the card is Renewal. Okay, so what I'm getting is trust the process. That's what's coming through incredibly loud right now. Now, when you look at this card, you see a beautiful woman. She's wearing a long red cloaked dress and a crown of red flowers on her head. The sun sits right behind her head with rays beaming upward and outward, and through her midsection, you can see the colors of the energy centers, the chakras, running through her center of gravity, essentially. And that center line right there, the line running through her, is also the line of demarcation between two completely different worlds, energies, aspects, however you relate to it. On one side of her, the landscape is withered. Dirt, dead leaves, empty branches on bare trees. On the other side, lush green grass, flowers blooming, trees full and alive. And right in front of her, you see these red flowers living and vibrant. So she's like literally standing at the threshold between what has died and what is alive, between the withered and the flourishing, between what was and what is becoming. And she's not running from either side. She is holding both. Her energy center is active, her crown towards the sun. This is the energy of renewal. It's not about escaping the withered side. It's about recognizing that you yourself are the line of demarcation. You are the one who holds both. The lessons of what died and the life of what's blooming. The dirt and the gold exist simultaneously in your experience, and the person who can stand in both without collapsing into either, that's who carries the fullest wisdom. Now, what I'm feeling in this energy behind this card speaks to the people on both sides of this boundary here. There are those of you who look at the flourishing side of life and project onto it, and then there's those who stand in the flourishing side and project onto the withered, neither fully understanding what it's like to stand on either side unless you've actually been there before. But renewal isn't about which side you're on. It's about being the person or the woman in the red dress, standing at the center, holding both, still connecting with the sun. So trust the soil that you're standing in. It's growing something even if you can't see it yet, okay? Now, lastly, how we hold all of this together is attunement. Okay, so fine-tuning yourself to the right frequency, your highest frequency, not someone else's version, yours. What I'm feeling with this card this week, someone or some of you need to make an adjustment in how you're thinking about something, how you're feeling about something, how you're seeing something. I'm getting an image of eyes here, and it's like it's looking at something on a screen or through a lens. There's like a reflection going on in the eyeballs. And there's an adjustment that is being required in how that thing is being seen. Now, something you've been watching yourself do over and over again and not changing, it ain't working. And if it was working for a little while, it ain't working no more. So Attunement is asking you to honestly acknowledge that and change the lens. Now, connecting to the Labyrinth card, for a second here. For some of you, the reason the journey has felt so long is because you were dragging your feet on something that was out of alignment with you. And the resistance, the delays, the glitches, the misunderstandings, the red tape even, that wasn't the universe being cruel. That was the compass trying to tell you something. And maybe this week, or maybe just recently, you finally understood what that was, or you're about to. And if you did already figure it out, don't repeat it. Learn from it. Evolve. Move differently. Mercury's post-shadow period is just about wrapped up now, right? So the lessons of the retrograde are settling into clarity. Venus is dissolving illusions in relationships and finance this week. The rose-colored goggles are coming off, and the solar eclipse on August 12th is illuminating exactly who you are when you stop performing and actually start being. So get attuned, okay? Tune out the noise, tune out the expectations, tune out the version of yourself that exists for other people's comfort, and tune into what is actually true for you, what actually feels right for you, what actually is right for you, because that's where your magic is, not in the performance, like I keep saying, in the truth. Cool? Cool. Now that is your energy for the week of August 9th through August 15th. Again, August 12th, the total solar eclipse in Leo. If you're doing one thing this week, get some quiet time at some point on that day. Not to manifest anything, not to list all the things you want, just to ask yourself an honest question. Who do I actually want to be seen as? Because the eclipse is a spotlight and it's going to find you whether you're ready or not. So you might as well decide in advance what gets to illuminate. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to have a near total lunar eclipse in Pisces on August 28th. So eclipse season ain't done with us yet, but we'll get into that more next week and beyond. So if you will, please drop into the comments, my loves. What part of your journey are you finally ready to call complete? And what road are you ready to begin? I want to hear it. This is a perfect week for those questions. So shout out to my subbies. You know, I really appreciate you for continuously showing up for me, but most importantly for yourself. And if you're new here, this is genuinely a powerful week to find this channel. So welcome. I'm so happy to receive you here. Please hit subscribe. Eclipse season is just beginning and we're going to track every single step together. And if someone in your life is standing at a crossroads right now, not sure if the road they're on is finally ending or just shifting direction, send this to them. The Labyrinth card, this one here, is speaking to them specifically. Until next time, please take care of that beautiful energy of yours, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.